This is your boy Anison up in this hood, and I'm doing what if Yuji was Gambit. How this is gonna work? Kenjaku's gonna have a piece that will be Gambit's powers. I'm gonna say special grades, a special grade item. He put into Yuji. I'm not gonna explain how it looks because realistically it won't even be a part of the story. It will be put into Yuji and it's a singular item, nothing more, nothing less. Not like the death paintings or the Sukuna fingers. It's a singular item which is put inside Yuji and will be his powers, Gambit's powers. And this how it will work will be a cutscene, of course. This how it would work is that Yuji's powers or Gambit's powers will be only awakened when Yuji eats a cat's finger. But yeah, guys, this is gonna work just like this. Yuji will only awaken it after that, so everything happens as canon. It's just his personality is a little bit different. He's more relaxed. But like, yeah, Yuji's powers, he gets only when Sukuna. His personality only changes a little bit. If you understand, like I'm going different locations. I'm going from there to there. If you can check the time period, it was like 35 a few minutes ago. Now it's 36. I think 34 actually. But whatever. Basically, I'm going different locations because my little brother's here busy annoying me. But yeah, how Deku's powers work? No, not Deku. Yuji's. Oh my god, my brain's going crazy. Okay, let me do this properly. But like, yeah, Yuji's personality just like Gambit, a little bit like Gambit. He's only gonna get like Gambit's full personality and like this type of clothing when like we reach to like calling games, but calling games is not here yet, so but like, yeah, so nothing really changes. Only when Sukuna awakens that something changes. So when Sukuna awakens, what happens is that Sukuna wakes up. Yes, I have been brought back. But like, yeah, Deku awakens and not Deku, Yuji. Yeah, Sukuna even. Wow, my tongue is going crazy. But yeah, when Sukuna takes over Yuji's body and kills the curses, when he grabs a curse, he feels that he's putting in curse energy into the curse piece. But yeah, when Sukuna grabs this curse piece of a curse, he feels he's putting in curse energy into it, and he just throws it to Megumi. Megumi dodges, but it hits the wall and it immediately just explodes. I'm thinking of this other what if I was thinking of doing. Actually, I'm doing it right now. But yeah, this other one. So Gambit. So Yuji does the same thing. Stops Deku. Stops Sukuna. Says, "Who are you?" Same things happen. Yeah, same things happen to canon. Actually, nothing really changes until the first mission. That's when something changes. So Deku gets the, what do you call it again? The slaughter dagger, if I'm right, or the slaughter demon. Either it's the slaughter dagger. No, it's the slaughter demon. Slaughter demon. The slaughter demon dagger. Yeah, correct name. So he gets it. First mission. He goes. They go. When Yuji fights the curses and everything happens, then Yuji gets to the special good curse. Now this is when things change fast. When Yuji fights the special good curse, he's busy trying to survive. He hits the special good curse, the blade breaks. Yuji subconsciously, because of the fear factor and all of this, because of the fear he felt, Yuji threw the demon dagger at him. But he empowered curse energy into it. And with subconsciously, understand this, subconsciously, not with thought. And it hit the special good curse, the finger curse bearer. And it just exploded. The finger curse felt the damage. Sorry about that. The finger better curse felt the damage and it was shocked because it didn't think Yuji had the power to even deal that much damage. It didn't do that much too. It just scratched it. And it was surprised. It was shocked. It was amazed. Even Sukuna was watching from the boy's perspective. As Yuji tried doing the same thing again. As Sukuna saw this, he was amazed. He was surprised of what the boy. He was thinking in his head, what could this boy do? As Sukuna was amazed and was, well, surprised with what this boy could actually do, and realized that wasn't a one-time thing. That thing that just happened was because of this boy's innate technique. And with that thought, Sukuna was amazed, surprised, and was thinking, what if I had this boy's body? What if I could use his curse technique with my slashes? So he pondered, as Yuji tried using this thing again. Tried grabbing bunch of rocks and just forcing them with curse technique, with curse energy, not curse technique. Wow, with his curse energy, using his curse technique. As he grabs a bunch of rocks and he throws them at the curse spirit, as this finger better curse, as they not implode. Why I keep on thinking about what if. I forgot what to call it. I'm doing two what ifs, which would be the same concept but different. It was what if Deku and what if Deku had a black hole quirk, which I'm also gonna do what if Yuji had a black hole curse technique. But yeah, the thing is, yeah, basically like those things. As those things would explode on the finger better curse, it would deal more damage because Yuji added more curse energy into it, as it did more damage. As the finger better curse now was getting annoyed and irritated, as it wasn't believing that Yuji could do damage like that. As Megumi finally shows up and sees Yuji just throwing rocks at the finger better curse, which would just explode on contact, which would be surprising to Megumi because he didn't think Yuji had a curse technique. He was surprised as Yuji started learning to throw rocks and started throwing rocks at the finger better curse. As one, should I do this? I'm very much confused because technically this could happen. It's just very unlikely. But fine. For this, I'm gonna do something. That would be, I don't know. I'm not gonna make a second part to this, so I don't know if you guys will like it or you guys won't like it. But I'm gonna make it that whatever he throws still has a chance for him to hit a black flash with it. Yes, I'm gonna make him hit a black flash in this because he's just throwing a bunch of rocks, which I wanted because it would make more sense that he can actually hit a black flash with these things because he's gonna get cards sooner or later. And he's gonna high chance be using cards mostly. So yeah, I must allow him to at least hit a black flash with his cards. So with any object he puts his curse energy in, which enables his curse technique of explosions. I'm charging, but I'll explain Gambit's power when he gets the cards. So he's busy throwing rocks. As one hits a black flash on the finger better curse. As this one actually does some real damage and actually just makes a hole at the finger better curse. As the finger better curse is now extremely annoyed and extremely irritated. As it looks at Yuji with anger as it dashes to Yuji. As Yuji hit that black flash, which refilled his curse energy. And also allowed him to understand more of curse energy and what curse energy is, with also the soul perspection, meaning the ability to see a user's soul, with the additional thing of understanding his curse technique. So now he understands at least a little bit more about his curse technique, about what his curse technique is, which is he can, whatever he touches, basically he can change potential energy to kinetic energy, which that's why things explode on contact. That is basically the kinetic energy turning into explosive energy, or compression energy, because anything that gets compressed fast enough can eventually explode. So Yuji, seeing that he can explode, usually understanding that he can turn anything with potential energy to kinetic energy, starts grabbing a bunch of rocks and started throwing at the finger butter curse. As they start doing more and more damage, as the finger butter curse is losing curse energy because of this, because it cannot catch Yuji because of the rubble, the dust, and the other things that are also contributing to Yuji's success currently, because they're fighting on an unstable ground, and Yuji is somehow miraculously still surviving, as Megumi comes in and helps Yuji with his devil dogs and even more information, with even more things, as it's starting to look like the finger butter curse is actually losing. As she's not sure yet. As Yuji grabs a bunch of rocks, as he throws them at him, the finger butter curse. As the finger butter curse is now starting to lose heavily because of the fact that he's fighting Megumi and his 10 shadows, with not all 10 shadows, but the ones he currently has, which is the 1,000 rabbits, max elephant, he's demon dogs. I forgot what they're called. I forgot what else he has. But yeah, as they're beating down on the finger butter curse, as the finger butter curse is now losing heavily, as Yuji manages to infuse his hands, not infuse, but throw one rock that hits the finger butter curse and removes the finger inside the curse, which immediately Megumi's devil dogs bite on the cursed finger and run away with it, which degrades the curse. I must say it degrades it to grade 1 or semi-grade 1. Grade 1, which degrades the curse to grade 1, which heavily affects the curse, because now its curse energy has been depleted and it's now losing curse energy and losing its grades per second, as it's slowly losing its power. I must say it was originally a grade 2 curse. As it's slowly losing its power, as it's slowly basically dying off. Not dying off, but basically it's gonna die off if this continues to happen. As Yuji grabs the finger, as the devil dogs throw the finger to Yuji, as Yuji grabs the finger and starts running off, as Megumi continues fighting the curse. As the curse is getting weaker and weaker per second, Yuji meets Kenjaku. Yes, Kenjaku will be introduced a little bit earlier to this because of one little thing that's gonna happen. Oh my god. This thing that which happens is that since Kenjaku did not expect that Yuji would be actually able, and did not expect Yuji to have a innate curse technique, and did not expect Yuji to be able to do that, he finds Yuji and immediately almost knocks him out. Wait, no, he does knocks Yuji out, and then feeds him the cursed finger, because he's like, this boy is interesting. I didn't expect you to even manage to fight this specially cursed. Well, this is surprising. Well, I need Sukuna out anyways. As Sukuna comes out, as Kenjaku convinces him, tells him the plan, and basically the thing of make a vow with Yuji, Barabara, him bringing the calling games, him trying to bring back the golden era, him trying to meet the cursed spirits. He basically tells the plan to Sukuna. Sukuna agrees as usual, but he says something about, I might be interested into the boy Megumi. His curse technique is very interesting. But even this boy's curse technique is interesting himself. I don't know who to choose by this point, but we'll see. And maybe I might choose this boy, or I might choose Megumi. We will see. As the same things kind of do happen in canon, but Yuji doesn't make a vow with Sukuna. Because of this one thing, since Yuji now has a curse technique, when Sukuna's about to rip out his heart, Yuji implodes his arm, basically. He adds curse energy into his arm, since he understands more of his arm, understands more of his curse technique. He adds curse energy into his arm for that fraction of a second, which his curse energy, which his hand is just still. That fraction of a second, he adds curse energy into it, and his arm just basically blows up and stops Sukuna from ripping out his heart, which also knocks Sukuna back, but also kind of kills Yuji, because his hand was already going through his chest and was already at his heart. With his hand exploding, it of course exploded his heart. As Yuji is about to die, as Gojo arrives earlier, as they save Yuji. By technicality, Yuji died. So the same things happen. As Gojo trains Yuji, as Yuji becomes stronger now. Not stronger, but like a higher grade. Because by this point, Yuji is like just grade 3. But now, because of his curse technique, he's about a grade, semi-grade 2. No, semi-grade 3. I'm gonna add semi-grade 3. I'm gonna add that every grade has a semi. So semi-grade 3. Which is close to grade 2, but he's not grade 2 yet. He's just higher. He's just a higher level of grade 3. So he's just there between grade 2 and grade 3. That's why I'm just saying semi-grade 3. That's where he is. As the same things happen, as he usually gets to training, he understands more. They go on more missions, they do more things. He meets Nobara. As by this point, Yuji's personality is changing into more of Gambit. As Yuji asks, who you call him? Yuji asks Gojo to get a cursed item, because Gojo now knows what Yuji's cursed technique is. And he's like, okay, sure, what the cursed item you want? They take him to a cursed item room, and he finds a deck of cards. As Gojo tells him, this deck of cards is kind of different. This deck of cards is infinite. It's an infinite deck. Infinite deck of cards. Nothing really special. As Yuji says, well, that would be perfect for me, since I have a curse technique that forces me to imbues curse energy into something that has potential energy and make it have kinetic energy, changing its form. So Gojo says, oh, okay, but I don't really believe that would be beneficial to you. But alright, that's you. As Yuji takes the deck of cards, as Yuji says, but I can't just be using the deck of cards. I gotta at least have a weapon for close range. As Gojo just grabs a rod, which I'll say this is a grade 1 rod, since I wanted to at least last till like a certain point. This is a grade 1 rod. It's a special type of rod, but it'll just basically be, what you call it, Gambit rod. Not Gambit rod, but Gambit fast rod. I'll say it's special. It's like grade 1. As Goju throws it to Yuji, Yuji catches it and says, this would work. As Yuji spins it around. As Nobara is now in the story. I believe my memory isn't that clear. And my memory is stuck anyway, so yeah, of course, it's not going to be that clear. As Yuji catches the rod, he favors the rod, and now he has a deck of cards which is infinite, which is Gambit's deck of cards, and a rod which is just a rod. Which the deck of cards isn't infinite in the form of he grabs a card and can just throw them. This is in the form of when he finishes the card, you'll have a few seconds for them to like refill, which is about 3 seconds, I'll say. Not 3 seconds, but 10 seconds, just for now. 10 seconds for his cards to refill, which is 54 cards, if I'm correct. Yeah, 54 cards of cards to throw. And his rod, which he can also imbue curse energy, but it wouldn't explode. It would just be in the form of... No. Then I also need the rod to be infinite. The rod will also be infinite, because if his rod can explode, because realistically his rod would also be able to explode, that means I need it so that it's infinite in the way of it's the Monkey King staff. In the form of it regenerates. So it explodes, it can regenerate back. Specifically, it doesn't change size, it just regenerates back the pieces that it exploded on. It exploded off on. As Yuji just continues being Yuji, basically. As he's fighting, as... what's it called, that thing? The spots... That friendly match where he meets Toji. I forgot its name. Guys, understand this. It has not been a long time since I've read the manga. It has been a long time since I've read the manga. And it has been a long time since I've even touched touched the show. Since I finished it, since I watched the end of the Calling Games. Not the end, but the end of the first part of the Calling Games. I finished the first part of the Calling Games. I'm about to watch the second part when it comes out. I don't know when it comes out. I'll check when it comes out. Realistically, I've not been touching that show. I've been watching another one, which was... I forgot the show, but it was about someone with a touch that can kill all. If you guys can find it out, if you can find it out, it's this show where it's a medieval show. He has a lover, but he's scared of touching her because he wears gloves. Even though he wears gloves, it still doesn't make a difference. He touches someone or touches anything realistically, it will die. If it's a living force. He touches flowers. He gave her a flower, which was a dead flower because of his curse, which is a curse given to him by a wish. Doesn't matter. It's not by glove contact, even physical contact. Even if someone touches his face, they will die. But whatever. I'm just telling you the show which I'm currently watching right now. Since it's a nice show, I love the show, it's a romance show. Yes, I do love romance shows. I do love a lot of things. And I do hate a lot of things. I like Guts though. I'm watching the end of Guts, which we found out, but okay, I'm not spoiling Guts. Whoa, I'm going off track heavily. Which I should do a what if Deku had Guts armor? Or what if Deku was Guts? Or also I could also do what if Yuji was Guts? But then, yeah, I can do that. I can do that definitely. Actually, I should also do what if Yuji was one of those variants. Yo, there's so many what ifs I want to do. I'm gonna spam you guys with what ifs. I'm talking about minimum 100 videos, which I've stated. I will be planning to do at least 100 videos, which I'll also do what if Deku the variants, because whatever. I'm gonna spam you guys with what ifs back to back. But yeah, Yuji, basically, the festival. I know it's a festival. It's about this event in this about this area, I forgot the restaurant name where he meets Toji and all that. But the same things kind of happen. But when Yuji is getting attacked by the group, and Toji is also fighting him, Yuji is holding Kanish back because right now Yuji is just throwing cards at Todo, keeping him far away from him, making sure Todo cannot even land a physical punch. Because when Todo tries swapping with certain things or throws rocks to try swapping with them, Yuji just hits them with his cards and basically explodes them. As Todo tries switching with Yuji's cards, but then the moment he tries, Yuji draws another card and it just explodes, which hits Todo. As Yuji is basically fighting the whole group off. As I'm not gonna say anything happens as canon. As the veil, I think it's a veil. Yeah, it's a veil. It's not a barrier because there's no such thing as a barrier in JJK. The veil breaks over as the whole veil breaks over as one of the, what you call those things, seals. I'm gonna say seals. Talismans break as Yuji fights Hanami. That special great curse Hanami with Todo. As Yuji, and I ain't gonna even lie to you, is giving belt to ass. As Todo told him to not use the deck of cards. Or he's thick. As he's like, that's a massive disadvantage to me. He's like, no, either way, it doesn't matter. Guys, I just learned tomorrow we're going to church. Oh my god. And it's not like I'm not Christian. I am not Christian, but yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know things about me. As Yuji is, oh my god, I'm tired. Yo, I'm tired. As Yuji basically is fighting Hanami, as Yuji does land the Black Flash. As now Yuji's getting more understanding of his abilities and all this. As Yuji's now allowed to use his weapons, as Yuji grabs his rod, since Todo said, okay, you can use your weapons now. As they start jumping Hanami. As Yuji hits another Black Flash. This is not a Black Flash in a row because Black Flash in a row is totally different. No, it is a Black Flash in a row. As Yuji hits another Black Flash, exercising Hanami, which Kenjaku and Jogo with, wait, how many are there? It's Hanami, Jogo, Maito. Maito is not shy yet. No, Maito's like 4 months old when we see him for the first time. Which is when Hanami, what you call him? Gojo's best friend. Doesn't matter. I'll find out his name. I'll find out his name real quick. Nanami. I'm saying the name right. Grade 1 Nanami. I think I'm gonna remember him. Maybe. My brain is dead. I'm sleepy as fuck. Everything's shitty currently. As Nanami, we'll meet Nanami later. As they exercise Hanami, as things kind of go to normal. As they continue doing missions. As now we get to the Nanami meeting. Yeah, things do happen to normal to the actual anime. The only thing that happens is that when Nanami and Yuji go to the school looking for, who you call him, Maiso, as they enter the school. As Yuji is now more like Gambit, more cheerful, more hippier in a way. As he's making jokes, as he's more funnier, as he's basically just talking to Nami, making jokes, basically being Gambit.
since was Gambit, meaning he has to get Gambit's personality. I'm not gonna talk in Gambit's accent or try because I am shitty. My voice is almost dead, and yeah, I'm still planning to give you guys a bazillion what ifs. Don't get me wrong, I'm still planning for that. But yeah, Yuji is basically just having fun, chilling, chatting. As Yuji meets Jumpy, as he tries to convince him to stop fighting, as Mahito also sees Yuji and Jumpy talking, as he touches Jumpy, he transfigures him, as Yuji throws his deck of cards to Jumpy as Jumpy dies. 3 deck of cards. Not deck of cards, but 3 cards hit Jumpy's chest, he dies. As Yuji is upset with this, as he throws cards at Mahito, as Mahito doesn't dodge because he thinks it's not gonna hurt me. But then it hits him and they explode, which affects his soul. As he's angry, as this is a, what do you call it, as Yuji and Nanami just jump Mahito. As the same things happen, but this time when Yuji breaks through the thingy, when Yuji breaks through the domain, Yuji hits Mahito, since Mahito is standing still as well as not moving, as Yuji hits Mahito across the chest, as since Mahito's also standing still, it transfers to Mahito, disordering, not this, what do you call it, I can't say it in the proper terms, this boggling him, basically making him unconcentrate because of the living effect. It affected his soul and affected him. With that, it also, which I can also explain with what Mahito's, what you call him, Gambit's abilities or Gambit's mutant abilities can also do, as Gambit's mutant abilities can also do this special thing which would affect anyone, even with curse, specifically when they're doing the domain. It will affect anyone. Sukuna will also get affected by this, because, let me explain this. When he does it to, let's say, Gambit, let's say Mahito, right? It puts kinetic energy at the brain, basically disallowing them to be able to control the curse energy, because it's separating the brain from contacting with the curse energy in the form of the brain. The brain is no more linked with the soul, or the soul is no more linked with the brain, basically, or the body, because of the fact that they're shielded from everything that could harm them, which is their own curse energy and their own soul, which breaks Mahito's domain and which explodes, which also hurts Mahito, forcing him to run. As Yuji throws cards, blocking Mahito's exit, and also hitting Mahito, almost kissing it. Why did I say kissing? Killing him until what do we call him? What do we actually call him? Sorry guys, people are busy exiting my room. I don't know why. Disallowing Kenjaku. Oh my god, my brain is slow. Kenjaku comes to save Mahito as they disappear, as Yuji throws his cards as it hits a grade 1 curse, as it kills the grade 1 curse, which by technicality grades him up to grade 2 or semi-grade 2, because he fought Mahito and almost killed Mahito because of his ability to touch the soul. As Yuji is angered by this. Wait, no, I don't need to make him an infinite stick.
because he'll just imbue his energy into the rod, which will disallow it from exploding. So I'm just gonna say it's still just a grade 1 rod. No special traits about it. It just can hurt curses. It can hurt stronger curses and all that nonsense. Just he imbues curse energy into it, makes it do more damage. Good job. My brain just kind of slow currently. Ain't gonna lie to you guys. But Yuji basically hurts Mai, and causes Kenjaku and Maito to run away as they retreat, as they leave. As Yuji is angered by this heavily, as same things, actually, not same things happen to canon. This thing, I gotta, let's say same things happen in canon, same things happen in canon. I gotta add variety to this thing. He's just Gambit, but like, it's not like it really changes anything. It does actually. Maito hates Yuji even more and wants to prove Yuji wrong because he had Yuji's speech, but yeah. I just realized my thing is out of order. The Kyoto Goodwill event. Sorry guys. I realized this shit is out of order. But the Kyoto Goodwill event, that thing that just happened 5 seconds ago, skip it. Don't even remember it. Because I gotta change it. I gotta change something inside the story to make it at least a little bit different. Because realistically, yes, nothing would realistically just change. Just Yuji is now much more stronger than in canon. But yeah, everything that happened like 10 minutes ago for the Kyoto Goodwill event, just think of it as if nothing actually happened. Please, for the love of God, I made a mistake and I'm sorry. It's just like JJK has so much story, so many stories, so many arcs to have. Oh my god, something's on my tongue. But yeah, Kyoto Goodwill events. I'ma start it as the same things happen into canon, but then when Tojo fights Yuji, it's the same thing. As they do say the same thing. As Yuji technically has 2 fingers now. If I'm right, 2 fingers. As Yuji talks to talks to Todo as they're fighting. As Todo's actually on the backhand, as Yuji's throwing cards, distracting him, destroying the ground underneath him, as he hits Todo at the stomach, as it launches Todo to a tree, as Todo tries to recover, as Yuji throws cards at him as they explode, as it stops Todo from trying to block or trying to heal or try to recover, as Yuji hits Todo again, as Todo asks Yuji, what type of women do you like? As Yuji gives the same answer, I like a beautiful woman with a big round, I'm not gonna say it because shit, I don't know if someone's gonna watch my shit. Like, I don't know. I just read realistically, I can just say it. A big round ass, a big nice ass, or some shit. Yeah, something like that. As Toruk declares Yuji as a brother, as they come in, as Yuji and Toro stop fighting, as they busy getting points, doing whatever, as they see Megumi and Maki fighting Hanami, as they join in, as they start jumping Hanami in a crazy way, as Yuji's also flirting with Maki, since he is Gambit, which Gambit does like to flirt with women and has this passive trait to him which makes women attract to him in a lustful way. I'm not even gonna say in a this type of way, that type of way. It's in a lustful way. It's legit said in the the comics, makes women attract to him in a lustful way, as he's basically flirting with Makima, as it works because realistically it is a trait to him, which he will have. So he's making Maki blush, as Megumi is saying, focus on the battle, Yuji. And he's like, I can't help it. She's beautiful. What you want me to do? Not tell her that? As he laughs, as he hits Hanami, as they're fighting Hanami, as he hits a black flash on her, as they manage to, kill Hanami. As they kill Hanami, as, not kill, but, yeah, kill Hanami. I'm just gonna say kill Hanami because I can't find the right words in my tongue. And you might be like, this guy's a bad whatever or anything. It's just the living fact. I know too much. I know too much mangas. I know too much animes. I know too much of too many shows. Like, right now, if you could ask me, oh, what's my favorite show? What's my favorite anime? What's my favorite this or that? I could tell you about 20 different enemies you wouldn't even know about. Or 20 different manhwas you wouldn't know about. That's how much things I know. Like, that's how much animes, how much mangas I know. I know so many comics. I know Marvel Zombies, but I know so many comics. I know so many shows. I know too much, basically. My head knows too much. I know too much about the real world. I know too much about this and that. I know too much about so much information that my brain wouldn't. It's like comprehends too much. I physically comprehend too much. I know too much. I know too many information about too many things. But we're getting off track here. As they kill Hanami, as Maki, nobody likes Yuji though. Nobody likes Yuji. In a way of a lustful way. I'm not gonna add anything 18 plus into this one because the other Anti-Whatif I'm about to make, like in about like 10 minutes after this one, it's gonna be an 18 plus one, which that one will have last. Inside of it, we'll have 18 plus inside of that shit. You might be like, that's kind of weird in the big 2026, but I know you type of guys. You guys just hate on anything I fucking would post. So I don't give a fuck about you niggas. But the 18 plus things won't be that detailed because I am not those detailed motherfuckers. I will not be those detailed motherfuckers. I'll just add the love instead of it. I won't add the sex. I am not the type of guy. But let's get back into the thingy. I cannot be getting off track so fast. As Yuji versus Nobara happened. No, Yuji and Nobara versus Iso and Kashua happens. Which, this one, it's basically a dog walk. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna detail every single fight. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to make this one a part 1. I think I'm gonna have to make it part 1. But usually, basically,